Well, this is going to be a long video. So, if you guys have been waiting, which you probably have, yep, that's right. 2.0 is officially here. There's a lot to talk about. But before we do that, let's first start off with the new class, the creating the class, which I will show 2 videos of so far. The first video will be about the first set of creating the class weapons, and then the second video will be about the second set of creating the classes. So, let's begin. Number 1, the creating the class. Watch the last showcase of the created in the class for the SM mod at video 1. Probably go watch that first, since we're gonna be showcasing the new ones in the SM mod. Not that this isn't the one we just showcased. This is the one we showcased, by the way. Okay then, now that you've watched the creating a class videos, we have next up got all of the new armor sets. Now there are a bunch of new armor sets with this is a new armor set. This is already an armor set. So basically there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 new armor sets. Don't make a joke, man. Don't make a joke. Don't make this CCNT joke. Just don't make this CCNT joke. Anyway, let's try them all out. First up, we got 8 new ones because of the it's just 7. Okay, so the first one is wood armor, which I was wearing right now. So let me go. So basically, it increases your speed by 5. Gives you immunity to spikes, gives +5 movement speed and jump height. First armor set. I mean, you can outrun with this thing, but it's not really that good. I mean, it's the first armor set, so what do you expect? Next up, we have water armor, which you can get from finding waterite. I think it is waterite. Is it true? Yep, waterite, which is found in the ocean, which is coming soon. Then after that, we got waterite ingots, which you can make for a new pair of wings, and also a new armor set called water armor. Now, water armor gives you, I think it was infinite water breathing, right? Yep. Gives infinite water breathing and immunity to drowning. Second armor set. This one's a bit better, but it's just got its flaws where you also lose your movement speed. So yeah, but at least you can still swim with it. So something like this, for example, now you can swim. For the other armor sets, they will not be able to swim, except for the Gajak armor. I think that might also be able to swim. So then, next up, I think it was, which one was it? Fire armor. So, to get fire armor, you need to go and find Fire Knight, I think. Was it Fire Right or Fire Knight? Fire Right ore found in the underworld, which is also a main biome. To use it to make fire right ingots, and then a new pair of wings, and also a new armor set. So the fire armor gives you something new, which is it gives infinite fire protection, gives immunity to spikes, fire, crushing, and explosions. Third armor set. Now this one's a bit better because the thing is though, is that you can use it to survive other stuff, and it even gives you a way more movement speed than before. You can basically use this to fight the Root King, Zakula, and like but I prefer that you use the plasma armor or gas armor for post Tripoli, since that seems to be better before doing hard mode. But yeah, next up we then have electric armor, which can be crafted or made with electric night ore, which is only found at night underground. So it will basically switch the psychic, and yeah, also wood is found on the surface. It just won't replace it. It will just be found only at night. So just spawn at night and then despawn in the day. So you need electronite ore, and then after that you can craft it to make electronite ingots, and after that you can make a new pair of wings, and also the armor set. Here's the armor set, by the way. So the electric armor, from what I remember, gives infinite electricity protection and gives immunity to electric. Fourth armor set. This one also unfortunately reduces your movement speed again. It does give you immunity to electric protection, as you can see, but yeah, that's basically all of it. Next up we have plasma armor. This one's probably the bestest one on the list from the gas armor. But yeah, let's just see. So you need psychic ore, which is only found in space, and then after that you can make it to make this armor set, basically you need psychic ore. You can craft that into ingots, psychic ingots, and then make a new pair of wings called psychic wings, and then a new armor set called the psychic armor, which I do think gives psychic protection, gives immunity to plasma, 5th armor set. Now this does give you back your movement speed, so you don't need to worry about that anymore. But yeah, it will give you immunity to plasma actually, as you can see. And if you don't, and also now you can swim entirely, so now you can permanently swim. Now next up is the gas armor. Okay, I know there's a lot, but we just have to go through all of them. I mean, you know. So first you need to go and find gasmanite, which is only found in space. As you can see, found in space. And after that, you use it to make gasmanite ingots, to make a new pair of wings, which look pretty cool. And also the armor. Now the armor for the gas armor will give you, it's okay, but it's not as good as almost the plasma armor, but it gives infinite gas breathing, gives immunity to the gas, drowning, crushing, explosions. So it's a bit better, and it even gives you way more better movement speed, as you can see. I don't know, but it also gives you a water boost. Basically, water boost in the Stickman Multiversity mod, or LBP3's Stickman Multiversity mod. It's basically where if you press X while underwater, so I'm gonna hold X right now. It gives you a water boost. You get a water boost, and this is probably the same for the rest of the armor sets. About 2 more we're gonna go through, but yeah. Next up, we have desert armor, which is basically similar and mostly particularly the main armor set of 2.0. That's for the desert update. You have to get it, you need to find Vasilite ore, which you can find in the desert dungeon. We're gonna go to the desert dungeon after this. But yeah, there's also 2 new soundtracks for the desert, which is the desert music and the desert dungeon music, which we'll get to hear when we get there soon enough. But yeah, after that, you can use it to create Vasilite ingots. I mean, there are a new pair of wings, but you can't use it to craft a new pair of wings. It's to get the new desert wings, it drops by the sandstorm medallion, not a Terraria Calamity reference. Now the sandstorm medallion is dropped by the nighttime oasis clouds. So basically, sorry if there was a cut. It's just something happened. Basically, desert armor it's way more better than all the original armors. It gives you way much better movement speed, jump high, and I think it also gives you a way more better movement. It also gives you a bunch of jump height, which goes all the way up to the limit of the world actually. So yeah, and the water boost, as you can see, I mean, I think this is already the original water boost, and then like it's just too cool. And then yeah, as you can see, you can literally jump to the right to the top of your world with this armor, and the movement speed is also very good. You just have to charge it up over time. But yeah, basically it's pretty good, and it's the 2nd strongest armor in the game. Now I don't know if it gives immunity to anything. I don't think it would, but which kind of sucks. Oh wait, it actually does. Yeah, it gives you immunity to almost all of the effects in the game. So gas, fire, water, plasma, fire, and then electric. So basically it gives you immunity to all of that. And I think for the rest, so meaning now you are immune to everything, and that you're basically almost invincible in the game now. But there's also one more armor before that. Now, this armor is probably already an armor in the game, but yeah, we'll still talk about it. This is Gadjak armor. Now, Gadjak armor has already in 2.0. Actually, in the last update, it didn't have an actual description, and it was only being it was a work in progress for 2.0. But now it actually has an you know, as you can see, a real description right here. So now, yeah. So it says strongest armor so far in the Stickman Multiversity mod, gives protection to fire, plasma, water, electric crushing, explosion spikes, and gas. Gives immunity to all 7 elements, used for post-Spinoza. And if you don't know who Spinoza is, that was from the last update of the game. Let me go and check. Yeah, it was introduced 2 updates ago in the Meaning of Life update 1.6. So yeah, this armor though is extremely good. It's as good as the original one, but you can't jump all the way to the world height, since that'll probably be annoying you when you're fighting boss fights. The water boost is like extremely fast. The air control is way more better. You are basically immune to everything, so basically this is what you would use for post Spinoza. So if you wanted to fight Spinoza, you would have to use the strongest armor in the game. So yeah, that's all of the armor sets and all of the wings, new ingots, and ores. So yeah, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, 6, because wood is just not. Wood is not an ore in this game. 6 new ores, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 new ingots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6 new wings with a bunch of new. Now these are also the aerial wings to finish off the armor sets, and that's all of them. Now we're gonna go and change back into our original character, obviously, and we're gonna go and check out the new stuff, the new monoliths. Now monoliths in this game, if you haven't heard of, is actually a Terraria reference if you haven't been living under a rock. So basically, you can change the background of your world using these. So this is what the desert background will look like. Basically, mostly for the desert dungeon. This is what the weathering one, I think, looks like. Was it the weathering one? I mean, there's like 121 new features in this update, so there's a bunch to talk about. Yep, weathering monolith. So this is what the weathering biome, or weathering evil biome would look like. Just the normal monolith. So basically, if you wanted to, like, just the normal simple monolith, and then the golden monolith, which changes your background to the gold one. Now this one is very hard to see with, because as you can see, when I go into create mode and fly, it's really hard to see stuff when if I turn on this monolith, it's way much easier to see everything. But yeah, that's all the monoliths. We've also got new sword. We've also got a new sword. We've got a new sword, pickaxe, and sword, where they are all called. We've also got a new desertian drill, actually. So yeah, a bunch of new stuff. A bit like the evil biome, like the weathering and the golden. And the dreadful sword is this, and the drill tool. It's pretty hard to say. The dreadful pickaxe. We'll just call it dreadful. And yeah, now we're gonna go on to the NPCs now, and there's basically NPCs in the game now. So this is what the NPCs will be. I just need to make sure they actually, yeah. So this is the toucan NPC. The first thing that was made for the 2.0 update with full gadget armor. I don't know. After gadget armor was made, I decided, you know what? I'm just making 2.0. So yeah, the toucan NPC, telling you facts, just like the dryad, but a toucan. Though his way of getting into your world is unknown, spawns when you first create your world. So it's basically like the guide NPC and the dryad mixed together. And it will say, be careful of Spinoza, you might need gadget armor to kill her. Yes, Spinoza is a she. Sometimes I hear roots coming from underground. Maybe it could be a tree growing or worse. Now you guys can figure that out on your own. I'll give you a hint. It's grass, it's the first boss of the game, and it's also something around here. It's somewhere in this layer. Somewhere in this layer. I'll give you a hint of going through all of these to see if you guys can name it. Now, I don't care if you don't want to name it in the comments, you could just name it in your head or your mind or anything like that. So there's not that many people post in my comments, obviously, since I'm only a small YouTuber, you know. Next up, we have the Robot Dog, I think. Robodog NPC. Oh, Doggy NPCs. Doggy NPC knows how the toucan got to your world and also might rarely switch bodies with something like you. Can spawn after beating Metalanim. Now, Metalanim is like the third boss of the game. So like 2 bosses away from the actual thing. To summon Malin. Now it's obviously not a new boss, not a new feature for the 2.0 update. This was a long time ago when this thing was actually getting to use. So even before 1.0, it was basically a 1.0 feature basically. So yeah, it was a 1.0 feature. You make a Metalanim core. Multicolor Metalanim core, Half Icelandic Multicolor Metalanim core. The names just get really long from here. Icelandic Multicolor Metalanim core, and yeah, and then Metalanim boss 3, and then after that you would fight Zuracula, and then Tripoli, the final pre-hard mode boss. Now this is what Doggy says. Doggy says he knows how the toucan got to your world, but forgets every time someone talks to him. So it's pretty strange. Next up, we have Santa Claus as an NPC. I mean, it was a bit too late since, you know, Christmas was like 2 months ago, or 3 months ago if you want to say it. But yeah, and his description is let me see. Yes, Superworld 5 is coming soon. Here's a sneak peek for the trailer. I'll give you guys some time to see what the trailer for Superworld 5 will be. But it is coming out this year. Santa Claus on PC. Tells you to be good every Christmas, and also knows what to do after Tripoli is dead. Can spawn after beating Zuracula. So yeah, this is every Christmas. He can also go to your house. I don't know what happened to the chain here, but that'll be fixed probably later. After beating Tripoli, Spinoza calls in the beanstalk, making it appear in your world right after you beat Tripoli. Now, the beanstalk is also not a new feature. It was a very long time ago. Well, not a very long time ago, but like in the early stages of the SM mod. So stick on Multiversity mod 1.3, Journey of the Beanstalk. And let's introduce the first final pre-hard mode boss, a bit like the Wall of Flesh, but a bit harder. And also the first hard mode bosses, including the first actual hard item to get, called the Boots of the Hero. Now you might know what that is, and that's actually the Terra Spark Boots. Like a reference to it, but it's not the Terra Spark Boots, guys, it's not. Respect the Call of the Desertians. Now this is, as you can see, the Desertian NPC part of mainly the main NPC of the Depths of the Desert update. A lone Desertian, part of the vast dry desert. He might tell you about a desert altar somewhere in the desert, can spawn after unlocking the desert dungeon. So after you've gotten yourself some desert gel, and then got yourself a desert crown with Vastlight actually Vastlight also spawns across the desert, not just in the desert dungeon. Then you can make a desert slime crown, which summons the desert slime king. The 4th hard mode boss basically. I'll just tell you what he actually is. So yeah, basically it basically has fire, as you can see. It's pretty laggy though, let's just say. Let's just go and quickly fight him. Yeah, this boss is pretty hard because it's the 4th hard mode boss, so myself using absolutely no armor will be extremely hard. And after that, he will probably drop the desert dungeon key, which is used to go and unlock the desert dungeon. The desert dungeon key opens the door to the desert dungeon. Dropped by the desert slime king. Now there will be a creative mode for the SM mod soon, but not today, not in this update. It will be after every single other update has came, every new biome and all that. But yeah, this is the Desertian NPC. I've heard rumors around the desert before that if you went to a desert altar, you could summon a guardian of the vast dry desert. I never saw it though. Maybe you could find it. Now, a desert altar is only found in the desert dungeon, which we'll be going to soon. And yeah, that's basically all the NPCs. Now, there's also a new event called the Sandstorm, obviously, before we go. There's also a new chain shelter. Here's how to make an NPC house with a door, with a wall, table, chip stick, and a chair. So that's all for the NPCs, all of the new furniture stuff. There's also desert rocks, which you might be seeing around, yeah, big and bold. There's now tumbleweeds with a forest tumbleweed type and also a tumbleweed. And there's an NPC tower, which you can craft using all 3 times 3 of all these. Also like 100 times 100 of these. And yeah, and then this is a sandstorm. Basically, it will go like this. It's not really that much of a sandstorm, but it will basically blow you around. Not entirely great, but it's okay. Anyway, this is also the new oasis water. A strange substance of water used by all sorts of desertians. Lava has been now added. It burns water. And also the oasis cloud. 5th hard mode boss. Now, in order to summon it, you need a desert altar, which you can only find in the desert dungeon. So you might want to probably go and unlock the desert dungeon. I mean, even though you can't actually play LBP free in this update, I would really like you guys to, but you can't, unfortunately, because of the servers. And we have to wait until they come back, probably, because, you know, hope comes from within. Never stop. Real monster, mini boss. It's not really a mini boss, but it's a enemy in the desert dungeon. This is green oasis water, the nighttime version of oasis water. Used to summon sandstorms and perform nighttime rituals to summon the nighttime oasis cloud. This type of oasis water only appears at night when all the oasis water turns into this. So yeah, you will only see this at night. Wait, why am I even saying that? Because you guys can't even play it, unfortunately. But yeah. Anyway, there's a bunch of stuff though that you can get. There's also sand blocks overpowering, just like in Terraria, found in the desert dungeon. Vassalite ore, Vassalite ingots used to craft desert armor, desert armor, armor, desert dungeon key door. Now, the desert dungeon key is what is used to go and do that. We've got desert gel. We've got basically a new type of item called gel. So we've got desert gel, golden gel, weathering gel, crimson gel, and corruption gel. And you might be thinking, why is crimson and corruption in here when there's absolutely no signs of it in the SM mod? Well, actually, if it was real, there is a kind of a corruption and crimson biomes in the SM mod. So we'll basically bring the Terraria thing, the Terraria, only those 2 Terraria evil biomes, not anything else. There is a Hallow Rod, but the evil biomes from Terraria only work for a few minutes. There's also a randomizing thing, but those weren't part of this update. These aren't part of the 2.0 update. Things in only this area right here, in this area, which includes a bunch of items. Not this area. Basically this area right here, which I'm going around right now, is only part of the 2.0 Dust of the Desert, including top of the SM mod category. Yes, I know there is a lot, but that's just how it is. I mean, you don't know what else could be in here. I don't know what else could be in here. I genuinely do not know. There's also a new dummy. Practice! Also now a Pandora portal trap, which is 15,000 damage. Mega scanner sensor scans the whole world used for making armor sets. And we've already gone through this. I mean, yeah, you think you know what that is. Team of pad bees, a bug net used for capturing bugs, I guess. Hero Knight pillar seed, which after harvesting. It's for basically the farmer class. You would use it to go and farm for Kieranite ore, multiverserite pillar seed, which drops multiverserite, as you named it. The force of psychic, air, water, earth, and fire. This is also the last update. So basically, after the force of psychic, that's the last update of the 1.0s. So the 1.0 updates, that's the end of them. And then 2.0 will be after that. Now this is not part of it. These are just random items I made. So yeah, that's basically all of that. And we've also got Desertian skeletons, Egyptian mummies, only found in the desert dungeon, and probably sometimes in the desert. And yeah, there's just a lot to talk about though. So yeah. And if I want to get this done and dusted, I gotta do it quick and easy. And this is also a sandstorm rock. You only find it around the desert, or mostly around. They'll be flying around the sandstorms, basically, when sandstorms happen. So yeah, this is I think this is the final part of this video for the Depths of the Desert update for the Stickman Multiversity mod with 121 new features. This is basically all the sand blocks. Those are just some random monoliths over there for testing. And this is the desert dungeon. Now, if you wanted to place this in a normal world or something like that, in creative mode, which is coming soon, by the way, not in this update, not in 2.0, but yeah, if you wanted to spawn it, it would take a lot. And you can see my probably my FPS counter, but I can't really see my FPS counter. I need a jailbreak PS4 for that, which I'm not getting. As you can see, my FPS is going a bit down, and the lag is coming because of how big this desert dungeon is and how many entities there actually are in it. Now, to get into the desert dungeon after beating the desert slime king, you can then go and head yourself and get your key out, and then go ahead and unlock this desert dungeon. Now, I will only show you what it looks like to unlock it, since obviously yeah, but I think we already did, so yeah, I just kept it in my custom inventory. It even has a custom animation, a bit like a mini cutscene, but a bit different. But yeah, now we have officially unlocked the desert dungeon key door. Now we are in the desert dungeon. Now there's a lot of stuff you need to worry about, like this electric oasis water, a bunch of sand, a vast light all around. Here's the desert dungeon music. Also got electric oasis water again. So yeah, there's also some sandstone rocks as crystals to break your fall. There's also desertian mummies, a bunch of desertian skeletons. There was also a wheel monster. Sometimes they'll die to that. A bunch of stuff. So basically, this is where you'd probably go and get you know, vast light ore to get desert armor. But it will be extremely hard for you to traverse because it's very hard. And now we're gonna move on to the final bit, which is, yes, you guessed it, the desert altar. Now, once you've gotten the desert altar and you perform a ritual or something like that, or just pressed circle on it, the gates will close, and finally you'll get to experience the Oasis Cloud monstrosity. Well, obviously it's really laggy, so we're gonna go and summon it somewhere not over there, since it's extremely laggy there. We're gonna go and actually summon it somewhere. Since we've already summoned it, it's coming, so we need to hurry. Yeah, but I don't know what else to use it. Oh god, it's coming. Okay, it's coming. I'm just gonna play random Terraria music while humming. This boss might look a bit dumb, but this is before Spinoza. So yeah, there are 3 bosses in the desert. So yeah, he will also get faster and faster the more you kill him. Now he's only on 1 HP, which is good. So now we can actually kill him. He will follow you everywhere around. So even if you go from the farthest of reaches of places, you will not be able to almost outrun this dude. Like, he will follow you literally everywhere, as you can see. Yep. And there he is. There he is. He's gone. Just gone. Right then, so now it's probably gonna be nighttime now. As you can see, it is now nighttime, and now we can perform the nighttime ritual of the nighttime oasis cloud. Now I will show you what the nighttime oasis cloud actually drops, and holy moly is dark. So yeah, we're gonna go summon him, and now it is time to go and fight the boss itself. I mean, it's gonna be very dark anyway, but who cares, man? But yeah, here it is. The nighttime oasis cloud 6 hard mode boss. I'm just gonna use the Devourer of Gods Calamity music. The nighttime oasis cloud is a very hard boss, a bit like the light. He also shoots a lot of fireballs. So you might need, like, I don't know, if you're the creator in the class, you might be cooked because of how big this dude is. Like, comparing him to the normal oasis cloud, look at how big he is. That's way more bigger. That's like 5 times bigger. But yeah, let's fight him using the Devourer of Gods music made by humming. No, that was quick. I don't know. I don't really care if it was that quick. I mean, he's supposed to follow you everywhere around just like the normal oasis cloud. Because I thought this was the nighttime oasis cloud for a second, but it wasn't. But yeah, now he's gonna drop the actual things that he would drop. So first we have the desert medallion, the Santo medallion, and I'm just gonna go and find all the things that he drops, basically. Because, you know, I really do not know. Let's see. Yeah, so there's not really that much, but still kind of a lot. Just kind of a lot. And there goes my controller. Jesus, these controllers are very low on battery all the time for some reason. But yeah, basically, so this is what the Sandstorm Medallion does. Sandstorm Medallion, dropped by the Nighttime Oasis Cloud, gives immunity Oasis Water and Green Oasis Water, gives a Desert Wing set 2. So yeah, it does give something, and also there's the True Fruit. Now this one is extremely good. I think Terraria people will definitely love this because of how good it is. Just by the Nighttime Oasis Cloud gives infinite accessory slots and infinite flight. So if you didn't get the Seekers of Potion, or I think the Seekers of Potion, yeah, it's dropped by Spinoza, allows infinite flight, plus 2 speed, allows electric for 7 seconds, and immunity to fly for 10 seconds. So yeah, it's just right to Spinoza. Now, obviously the Seekers of Potion is way more better, but the True Fruit gives you infinite accessories. Now you can just equip every accessory in the game that comes with it. But yeah, now let's just go ahead and unlock this Desert Medallion. Sandstorm Medallion. Why do I keep on calling it the Desert Medallion? And here are the wings. Right there are the wings. Now, after that, you would fight Spinoza. Now, let's just say that Spinoza, like, after, like, 7 bosses, after doing the Beanstalk, after doing the Desert, Spinoza is still not the final boss. There's already probably a bunch of more bosses to go, because even though Spinoza is really hard to defeat, yeah. Let's just go and fight her, obviously, though. We'll just play I think it might only play its own custom music anyway, so yeah. Though it is really laggy, and you can see it's pretty big. She even summons fire traps across the arena. Well, thank God it's not hitting, you know, the desert dungeon, because I swear to God, that took me a while to make. I mean, just comparing it, I think to the Nighttime Oasis Cloud might be a bit weird. I don't think it will be as big as the Nighttime Oasis Cloud. It might be a bit bigger. Okay, yeah, it is definitely bigger by just a little. The head is almost like the size of the eyeballs, but if you compare it to also the two hands, yeah, it's just bigger. Comparing it to the Oasis Cloud, holy moly, that is small. It's only the size of its head. Okay then. Well, yeah, this is genuinely chaos, as you can see. Rockets flying everywhere, bombs dropping, fire, plasma, anything really. Tentacles, two hands dropping a bunch of fire souls everywhere. She is ready for anything. Now, the custom music she plays, I think, is yeah, it's Open Otavi, used by the Soundscape. So yeah, let's fight this boss. It's Open Otavi on the max MPM, I think, MPBM. I don't know, at the maximum speed. But yeah, let's go fight her. Holy crap. Okay, yeah, we definitely need to turn this off, because I swear that's going to be really annoying. The reason there's also climb over things is because that will make it really more easier for players to actually kill her, because look at the amount of health she has. That's a lot of health. I don't know if I think it's probably just by a bit more than an item Oasis Cloud, so let's go fight her. This also did not come with the 2.0 update. This came before this came in 1.6. I think you guys already know that, but yeah, I'm just saying. Emitters are failing because it was beginning to overheat. But yeah, the boss is so big is that it literally overheats the level. Let's just say. We really need to be quick. But this is what you basically use. I mean, it was supposed to, like, you will be able to, like, I don't know, yeah. But there's a lot of objects, like a lot of objects. Yeah, it already it already overheated, so yeah, it overheats a lot though. Like, just look at how much is happening. That's a lot of stuff happening. It is very likely that yeah, finally the boss is over. Okay then, now there's gonna be a bunch of stuff everywhere anyway, but yeah, that doesn't really matter. But yeah, that was basically Spinoza. A very hard boss filled with chaos and wisdom, as you just saw, and yeah. But that was not part of the 2.0. The Spinoza boss, the latest boss in the game so far, was added in 1.6, so quite a while ago already. But yeah, that's basically everything in the 2.0 update. This took a long time, and this is also what the desert music, I think, sounds like. I think that's the last thing, and also then we have the desert dungeon, and then that's it. That's literally it. So we'll do the desert dungeon description, an ancient dungeon lost to time, hidden in the depths of the desert dungeon. And then here's the desert dungeon music. I think we already heard it. Oh wait, this is the desert music. I mean, it's one of. I mean, I had to use at least some of the songs. I mean, I'm not gonna waste my time using all the songs, right? But yeah, that is everything for this update. It just took me a very long time to make. An entire new class, new bosses, even new weapons, new summoning items, new stuff, new altars being added, a new dungeon, water, liquids, new armor sets. Like, there's just a lot. And even new monsters. Like, there's just a lot. But yeah, thank you guys for watching through all of this. Now that I finally can stop yapping and I can rest my voice, I can finally go ahead and go and watch some Simpsons, and then I'll probably actually go and play some Terra SMP for a while, and probably I'll make a video on that. But yeah, that's basically everything the Deaths of the Desert update has to offer. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you. Time is ticking.